And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I am your host, Ray. With me as always, we got Dion.
Well,
We got D Wolf.
Yo, greetings.
And last but not least, we have the lovely Crystal.
Hola.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
cool on.
So I know I didn't give y'all actual the topics, but I do have them. I just forgot to send them out, which again that's on me. But I wanted to get I do like to get y'all opinions on some of the things been happening. Y'all, I don't know. I know. Do y'all follow basketball like that? I know Dion did. We was just talking about the playoffs and shit. So um
Yeah, I only just started getting back into it,
yeah.
but
Okay.
yeah, I've been watching the playoffs, but like regular season, I don't know.
Okay. So who do you think? So Dion, who do you think is the greatest shooter of all time?
That's a damn good question. I don't know.
Would you put John Morant as one of them? I don't. That was it. You hear me, Dion? Oh shit.
You know, growing up and shit. What the fuck was that?
I don't know. You're right. Just like I said, what do you? I said,
One of
what do
my
you?
per. I mean, who's the best of all time? I don't know. There's so many good ones.
So would you
Shit.
put John Morant as one of them?
What's his stats?
Two guns. That's what. That's what.
Oh, that. Oh,
Yeah.
that. Oh, yeah. I forgot all about that. I heard about that earlier today. Actually, I didn't get the see full details on that story
Yeah,
yet.
he got caught on camera on IG Live toting a gun again. So
Again. Wait,
yes,
again.
again,
So,
yes.
as in, this ain't the first time this motherfucking happened.
No, this is the second time
Oh, you
in
a dummy.
in a matter of 6 months. So, um,
Oh,
the
you's a dummy.
yeah, so the NBA done figured that found that out. Not only did they suspended him, so I think he's going to be suspended for a while. So I wanted y'all to he's on and he's 23 years old, So I wanted y'all opinions on like how y'all feel about, him toting a gun for the second time.
These stupid games you fucked around and he found out. I
In
don't
what
know.
way
I
was
don't know
he?
what else to really say about that.
What was you saying, D Wolf?
In what way was he toting the gun?
Like a nigga. Like he was I think he was I hate to be like sound like a bourgeois black man, but like a nigga. But he was in the car listening to NBA YoungBoy. The nigga just pulled the gun out for no reason, toting the gun out, and he did this shit on IG Live.
I don't know, man. I don't know how you get in trouble for that shit anyway. I mean, if you're in a state where it's illegal, I get that. Because then you're breaking the law and showing you're breaking the law. But if you're just doing it, like that alone shouldn't get you in trouble. That's how I see it.
Yeah, but you know how these NBA is. That's a global brand, and like he doesn't just represent himself. He represents the
Hmm.
brand of NBA. So they had to come in and basically basically handle the situation, if you know what I mean. And by that, he just suspended him. So
I think
I
it's an
mean,
unfair situation.
you think
Which
so?
wouldn't be a problem if it was in the context of a commercial.
Was it? I'm sorry. Was it in the context of a commercial?
No, it was
No.
in a context of him being a goddamn fool. I, I I said, okay, maybe it's just me. And
No, no, it's not just you. To be honest with you, Ray, when you have a lot on the line, you don't do stupid shit like that. That's something like you would say earlier that a nigga would do, or sport and money and stuff like that. So I don't understand why he would take that fucking risk when there's a lot on the fucking line. So you're right. but I think I was comparing him with normal people. No offense, just people that do dumb shit on a regular, but he has a lot to lose. He should have. Doesn't he have a publicist or something to kind of like help
his
him through the fuckery of life? Because
his pub
that was a stupid move.
his publicist is kicking him in the ass right now. Like, you know,
Mm.
it's
Yeah, good luck cleaning that up.
oh, they ain't no cleaning that up. They already kind of like I said, they about to handle it, or at least going to handle it. He had to talk to the commissioner of the NBA about it. So you know, like you would think that you wouldn't do it again, and then the nigga did it again. So it's just like he's not learning his lesson.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I just think people just don't really see the consequences of their actions. I think that's what the word I'm looking for. I would say along something like that.
See, repeat after me. Fuck around and find out.
All right. Okay. So, all right. I guess I could say any last words before we move on to our next topic.
Yes, I want to say I love the hat. It's sharp, man.
I'm trying new
Love
shit.
it.
Thank you. I'm trying new stuff. Uh, so on to our next topic. How do y'all feel about that Cleopatra documentary slash? I think it's a documentary that's been coming out, and y'all know everything around it. How do y'all feel about that?
Hmm. Who's making it?
Jada Pinkett Smith, and
Um.
there's always been controversy because they have a black woman playing Cleopatra, and a lot of Egyptians don't like the fact that a black woman is playing Cleopatra.
Oh God. Oh,
I want you to repeat that back to me and see if you find that statement as stupid as I do.
I mean, because I'm just saying, well, according to people, that's what they say. Like according to what people are saying, I can speak that she shouldn't be black. I think she was Greek and Moroccan or something like that.
so,
What?
do you see her
Eh,
complexion? The
What
fuck?
what continent is Egypt located in again?
Yo, we gotta. Yo, I'm about to. Shit.
No, what continent is Egypt
Oh
Africa?
man.
located in again? Unless
Africa?
some major geological bullshit happened that I'm completely the fuck unaware of. Last I checked, it was motherfucking Africa.
Yo, my only complaint was like, I, she just looks terrible. Like I don't see any like acting skill. That's the only thing I'm complaining about. So
On a
because first
scale,
of all,
okay, hold on,
I'm yeah.
wait. On a
So
scale of 1 to Flex Alexander as Michael Jackson, how bad was it?
Oh my
there's people
God.
worse than Flex. No, no, no. Yeah, have you ever seen that other dude? That dude is way worse than Flex Alexander.
Now I didn't
Damn.
see the whole show, so I can't really say. I'm talking about like the clips I've seen. I'm like that. She just anyway. But my issue is not the because first of all, you see, okay, the reason they did it is different from what I know because they did it because they want to do the whole inclusion thing, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't, like, they did that, but you know, the people who are mad about it don't know that them doing that is actually pretty accurate, but they don't know that they're just trying to push an agenda. but they don't know they're in favor of the truth. They just don't know that because they don't know there are people like me who know, certain things. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. If you guys can, you remember the movie 300, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, all you need to do is I don't need to say more than what I'm about to say. All you need to do is just
Follow
look
the
up the
train.
original graphic novel. Just look how they look compared to the movie. That's all I gotta say. And remember their I guess ethnicity, nationality, whatever. They were Greek, right? The Spartans. So if you ever look it up and use whatever images you see, you tell me. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So this whole thing, this what I'm saying, this whole thing is just trying to confuse people, have us fighting because I don't get it. Now the Egyptians are saying they're like, what are you talking? First of all, what are y'all talking? Usually y'all are legit. I don't know what y'all saying now. Like, what do you mean? First of all, she does not look too far. The actress does not look too far from how y'all look now. So I'm still. I don't know, yo. They didn't even make her my complexion, so I would at least understand. But like, yo, what are you complaining about, huh? Like, and this is what acting is. Remember, remember back in the day, how many white people had to play Asians and shit.
Oh yeah, done it many times. So I'm I'm definitely on your side with that. So hold on. Let me see. I got one of the articles. I think the articles from FP. Um, Abdel Nasser rescues ancient Egyptians from. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. They got stories about Kennedy. Uh, okay, adopting populist rhetoric and promoting irrelevant, exaggerated, and often silly ideas about Egyptian genes that supposedly make up race based Egyptian identity. They have revealed a despicable racism in their attempt to refute Afrocentrist claims that ancient Egyptian civilization was essentially African and that ancient Egyptians were black. This is part of I'm reading this, by the way. This is part of a trend and xenophobic nationalism that emerged after the 2013 overthrow of the Islamic Muslim Brotherhood by Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, Egypt's current president, who country's defense minister at the time. Opponents of the Muslim Brotherhood feared that the group was given this ideological background, try to distance the country from its ancient roots and seek instead to foreground Islamic and Arab heritage as the primary marker of Egyptian culture and memory. Many seculars, Copus Christians, and other minded minorities fear that this would exclude them from their own country's culture. I guess that's why. Uh,
Yo, if it's a tribe, they let it slide, right? But if it's a ruler of an empire or something like that, it's always something. Oh, they weren't really black. They weren't really. Why can't you just leave it alone, son? Because first of all, you're wrong, but at the same time, yo, why is it a problem? Why is it when we are in the forefront of a historical, powerful figure, there's always some stupid controversy of who that person really is, right? But if it's anyone, it's like the whole Jesus thing, right?
mm-hmm.
I Dion brought it up in the chat. Like when I shared that, and I'm like, yo, so why do I mainly? I'm like that. You see that preacher, that guy? That's the type of. Anytime I hear a white guy acknowledging that, I'm always like, okay, I'll listen to you. I'll listen to you because he ain't making no think about it. He's about the faith. That's how I know you. Okay, you true blue believer. You're not about this whole race bullshit. Because you could state historical facts and still be you. And I heard other preachers do that, and they all, they get all crazy about it. Because normally, when when black people usually say or want to give depictions of how Jesus was and stuff like that, if he's actually black, they always have a problem with it. But but we never have a problem when we look at things and we were taught that he was white, or at least that's how it was presented to us. We don't have that problem. We're like, okay, all right, well, whatever. Son of God, so be it. But when it's the other way around, they're like, oh, we can't do it. I'm like, why? We're like, so why is it a big deal? I thought you always tell us it don't matter. It's who he is and what it's about and what you have to follow and this and the other. The color don't matter. We say that, you can say that to us all day when we're preaching to someone we think looks like you. But it's the other way around. You're like, oh, we're wrong. We're historically wrong. Why are you concerned about the historical accuracy all of a sudden? We're supposed to be preaching to the same guy. Just because the huge change, everything turned upside down. We're not thinking that, but you are. You want to complain? Nah, I don't get it, man. Was the show like? I want to know. I didn't watch it. I don't have Netflix.
I didn't. Was
it good?
it.
I just don't know if it's good.
I didn't watch it either. I didn't know it was out until like most people complain about it. I said I'll probably like look at an episode or two, and I'll probably get back to you. I don't know.
What I'm saying is, when 300 came out, they weren't complaining.
Honestly, yeah, because I know this has been like a big complaint about everybody, and some people. By the way, from what I'm looking at, ancestry scholars, is Cleopatra essentially a Macedonian Greek ancestry with some Persian and Sogdian Iranian ancestry. This is based on the fact that a Macedonian Greek family, the Ptolemaic dynasty, I think I pronounced that right, had intermarried with the Seleucid dynasty. I think I butchered that really bad.
I call cap.
So I'm saying, did you look at the actress again? I'm like, what's the difference, between the name?
You know what she looked. You know what she looked like, right?
Yeah. She's like, she's so fair skinned she could pass for anything. There's no reason to complain, is what I'm saying. Like, it's not a situation with Zoe Saldana playing Nina Simone or something, or reverse. She's the perfect fit anyway. You could lighten her up if you wanted to, or you could darken her down if you want. That's her you. So yeah. I still don't understand the complaints. Like, is that what this is about? Is that what the documentary is about? Is it about her race, or is it about what she did?
I'm pretty sure it was about what she did, but a lot of people just don't probably get past the race. Father done into the chat. How you doing, Father?
Like, this ain't some, property that we deal with and we're used to, or shit like that. It's like historical events that no one's 100% sure of what the original shit was anyway. We got to go based on like old school descriptions and shit like that, and where they are, this and the other. And based on where they are and the complexion of the actress, what is happening?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm just, if I ever watch it, I'm going to judge it, see if it's any good or not, because I don't know. I guess that's just my thing as a reviewer. So my whole thing is making sure that it's good. Now, I didn't really care about the race thing, whether they was going to make her black and white. Now I know that's like a big old thing, because I forgot, what was that one with Gerard Butler?
Yeah, 300.
The other one where it was just like it was about the Egyptian gods.
Oh, was it Exodus? I think it was Exodus or something like that.
Nah, it'll come to one of us at some point.
It's Gods of Egypt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that I know that movie had a lot of controversy in it too, because it was just like white people playing Egyptians again. So, it's like,
so which one is it?
I
guess no one's ever going to be happy.
Honestly, the whole thing is fucking stupid.
There he goes. Was it?
I think the whole thing is stupid.
Why do you think it's stupid, Father?
because it doesn't change anything. Like, okay, like it's Cleopatra. First of all, it's a historical figure. Like, y'all really want historical accuracy when y'all never been historically accurate? It's stupid. I don't even know why we're talking about this, honestly. And then when the tables have turned, everybody wants to complain. But then when the actual people are sitting there telling you what it is, all of a sudden people are deaf.
Mm-hmm.
God, man. Like, bro, if we look at a certain history, like the ancient Egyptians didn't lie. Look at how they depicted themselves, then get back at me. That's all I'm saying.
It's in their
You can
fucking
you can
art.
see. Matter of fact, you can see some of like uh pictures of back then. They were very dark skinned.
And even some of that was whitewashed.
Yeah.
So that's to tell you, come on, son. Because remember, the Romans had that taken over for a while. So they done started trying to what they do today, they were doing that back then in Egyptian times. So I'm like, this oh man.
Can't not tradition.
All right. Any any last words before we move on to our next topic?
Yeah, the only thing I want to say about this is that it is really important that people know the history and understand that ancient versus currently what the Egyptians portray to be are two different things. Okay. When we look at ancient Egyptian, we know that we have the Sudanese Arabs in there, we have the Ethiopians, all right. Um, we have the sub, I think it's sub Saharan
Yeah,
Africans.
Yeah.
sub-Saharan.
Right. So the word African is in there, and Africans are a descent of having melanin in their fucking skin. And we also have to understand that Egypt was in a climate that has the sun beating down on them on a daily basis. So if they were truly the color that they were, it's not, even if they were white, they are going to have some melanin to their skin. In fact, 300 BC, men in Egypt were wearing no skirts. I'm probably saying it the wrong name, but the skirts was originally made for them. You know why? Because of the fucking sun. So let's not do this. All right? There's still melanin in the skin somehow, some way. We're gonna look at a woman that's Snow White and call her Cleopatra? No fucking way. She's either going to have a really olive tint to her skin, which still traces back to Africa, whether people like it or not, or Ethiopia, whether people like it or not. This is a time now. This is not, we're not talking about The Little Mermaid, okay? We're talking about real life history. So I think people really need to do their research before they get up in arms because they want to portray on what they were fed instead of doing their own research. Do your research before you start bitching and complaining about history that was fed to you the wrong way. Once we do that, then we can get closer to learning the right history. Now, I'm not saying that, um, how to put it, that they should not have some kind of opinion about what's going on. But I'm just saying the opinion should match with the facts, and right now it's not matching. It's just based off of an emotional fuckery, which I don't care too much to hear from people. We're not talking about a fiction character like the Little Mermaid or whatever, or the Ninja Turtles. We're talking about a real life history figure here. Okay, so we really need to come together and do our research before we start bitching and complaining. In fact, even the story of Cleopatra is wrong. They make her seem like the cheater, but when you look at the history of Cleopatra, she was a woman of status and grace. And you'll see how fucked over she was even in her own family, okay, and what they wanted to do to her. They was going to kill her, by the way. So she had to do what she had to do to survive. But in the stories that we read, she's looked upon as the villain. We really need to start looking at the history and writing it and telling it the way it was, even with the complexion of the people that was whitewashed. There was a lot of whitewashing going on back then. And I do think that we need to come forth and understand that the
Renaissance.
woman, right, exactly. Um, and we need to understand a lot of books was being burnt back then around that time frame. Okay, so
Alexander.
yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
So at the end of the day, I really, it's really sad to see people debate on something that if you just open a fucking book or do your research or go to a website that is legit and have statistics to back it up, or colleges that have done the research, you would understand that what you're fighting about, you really have to internally look inside yourself and realize what you're complaining about. Is it based off of the fact that you're biased? Or is it based off of the fact that you really do not know history and whatever you were spoon fed instead of doing your research and understanding this woman was actually black? Just like when they have in the Bible that Jesus' hair was like wool. Show
Yup.
me a Caucasian person that has wool like hair. It doesn't make sense. And his skin was
The ones who
bronze.
has black ancestry.
Right. We need to understand that it was a lot of whitewashing going on, even on a genetic basis, because a lot of Caucasian people, yes, I'm going there. A lot of Caucasian people don't even know that originally that their ancestors were black, and their family did not want to show that, hey, the master was sleeping with the slave. So now we have to make sure that this person who is mixed, we got to make sure they marry a white person to whitewash. You don't know that your history is black. You're sitting there being angry about what?
That's why so many of y'all blondes with that bouncy curly hair.
It goes way back. So I just want people to open their fucking eyes and realize what they're debating about is no debate once you do your research. That's all.
Well, there you have it. There you have it. On to our next topic, and I guess this is probably me bringing back the sounds about white because these some of these topics is uh, white people on a bullshit. Starting with the man I think that is going to destroy us all, Elon Musk. So,
Oh boy.
uh,
Okay.
I always say that. Elon Musk was, I guess he was doing an interview, and I guess well, he doesn't like the fact that people do remote work. He calls it bullshit and morally wrong. And when asked about it, quote is like the whole working from home thing is sort of like I think it's like there are some exceptions, but I kind of think the whole notion of work from home is a bit like the fake Marie Antoinette quote, "Let them eat cake." It's like, and this is literally him talking like this. Cause it's like, really, you're gonna work from home. You're gonna make everyone else who made your car come work in the factory. You're going to make people who make your food that gets delivered. They can't work from home. The people that come fix your house, they can't work from home, but you can. Does that seem morally right? That's messed up. So basically, he thinks that obviously is morally wrong. Do you agree with Elon Musk? Anybody?
Hell no.
No, but in an odd way, I understand where he was coming from when he said that.
So
I don't agree with it at all, but I kind of feel what he was going for.
I, I'm just gonna say this. There are jobs that obviously there. You need all hands on deck, especially if people are coming. That's funny. That's especially if people are coming there like a restaurant or a casino or like places where people actually come. You're going to need as many help as you can. You can't really work from home depending on some of those jobs. with that being with that being said, there are jobs, and even me, like there are jobs that I've been where I've done everything, and there's literally no work to be done, and I'm still there, and I'm bored as fuck. And it's like I could be doing something more productive, and like also because of evolution and technology, which he builds, and which is really like being hypocritical because he's making robots to like do the jobs that humans can't do. There are jobs that robots have taken from humans. So it's just like, okay, so if you think this is more liberal, why are you making robots
So
that's going to take
Hmm.
jobs?
right,
He's done this before, Ray.
and
He got
He's done it
you got
before.
you got fucking cars that he has fucking cars that drive
Yep.
himself. You know,
And murdered people.
He had an interview with Joe Rogan talking about how robots shouldn't go too far, blah blah blah. And like the next week, he announces Neuralink. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? He's just talking about. Yeah, I'm telling you, he's just talking out of his ass just to talk. I'm telling you, just so people will believe he's real because he's talking, and it's causing a debate. So he's a real person. He's a real guy. He's a real superhuman genius. Okay.
I don't think he's a genius. I just think
he's not. Okay, yo, he's not. And first of all, the reason he talks like that, okay, full disclosure, the reason he talks like that with all the stops in between and stuff, he's not retarded or anything. He has Asperger's. I understand because I have mild Asperger's. I understand that. But did you hear what those the things he was saying was like? What? Why are you saying this, yo? You're lying, first of all, and don't try to make it sound like you're making some sort of point. You did this all the time. You do this when you present your bullshit products and they don't work, but you have a way of trying to make it sound like it sounds cool and shit. You even throw in the word, "It's cool." If I didn't do it, it would be stupid, right? And he says things like this, and I'm like, yo, and people just clap. So like, yeah, now he's fooling people on the right with Twitter. I'm like, yo, y'all stop. Look at what he's doing. Just look. Forget what people are saying he's doing. Look at what he's doing, or better yet, not doing. Tell it. He stole everything he has. He just buys it or steals it and say it's his, and try to sound profound. He's like, yo,
about that. Ray, he's talking about something. Ray, he's talking about something being morally wrong, right? So, like what D Wolf just said, why does he take other people's businesses and claim it as his own? If you're talking about laziness, why have you not built a business from the ground up?
Because he's Thomas Edison.
Right.
Yo, I like that.
And even Thomas Edison stole his idea from Tesla. So we're not even gonna go there with that. But
now that's a story.
Yeah, it is, and it needs to come forward. But if you guys don't hear from me tomorrow and I go missing, you know exactly why. But at the end of the day, I feel that a person that makes products to erase humankind does not have a space to talk about who's lazy and who's not. For God's sake, he's giving me Pinky in the Brain vibes. And he's the brain, and he's looking for someone to be Pinky. And none of his ex-wives wanted to be Pinky.
Yo.
So now he got to make a fucking robot. We're not doing this. Okay, you talk about, oh, people are home doing nothing, it's morally incorrect. No, sir, what's morally incorrect is you buying businesses to fuck over people's privacy and be just like how Facebook is. Okay, we're not doing this. What you're talking about, you have no empathy, sir. Empathy means putting yourself in someone else's shoes. How do you know what that person who's working at home is going through? Maybe they can't leave home, okay? Not everybody, because you have workers that you've overpaid to work at home and they ended up being lazy. How are you putting that ideology to everyone in the fucking USA? First of all, sir, you actually outbranded your shit to China. Let's talk about that, all right? Talking about being lazy and fucking cheap. You outbranded your shit to China, then shit went awry. You didn't want to be on the news to have people know that you were part of the sweatshop in China. Then you decided, okay, well, let me gather these people up and ship them back to USA so everybody's quieted down. Okay? So We're not going. It's a lot of fucking secrets to this shit. It's a lot of levels to this shit. You understand? He doesn't want to talk about how he's paying people peanuts, okay? Peanuts, not even pennies. It ain't worth shit. He's paying people peanuts in other fucking countries. And when shit gets hot and people are found out, people missing, getting sick, being held hostages in fucking countries, then you want to pay for them to come to the USA and do the same shit all over again. We are not doing this. You have no right. He has no right to speak upon people working at home. In fact, didn't he fire a whole bunch of people that he actually hired for the work at home situation when COVID happened? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think that was part of that interview.
C9, I think I could say, you know what I mean, the plague. I'll call it the plague. The plague happened.
It's funny how accurate that is.
If you gotta cut that out, Ray, please do. But yeah, I just feel like he's being hypocritical. The biggest hypocrite that I can think of right now. He's talking about morals, but everything he does when it comes to new devices is immorally fuckery.
Just think about this. He steals the car. He steals the Tesla design, right? And sells it off as his own. Then he makes promises. Remember, it's supposed to be self-driving since like 2017 or something like that. And the feature is supposedly out. It doesn't work. But the feature is supposed to be for lazy people because you're supposed to be able to call your car to you. Like if you have it parked somewhere else, you don't want to walk all the way to it and shit like that. You just use your phone. And it's supposed to come to you. You know how many owners on YouTube showing how much is bullshit? It'll come out like it'll just stop at a light and get confused and just stay there and not know what to do with itself. He does nothing. Okay, but what he's saying he wants to do and what he currently owns or stole from somebody, the end result is you being lazy. So what are you talking about, sir?
I just want you to know they're trying to turn laziness into a fucking commodity. They're trying to profit off laziness. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you get rich. People
and that's
know
how
that.
You get rich. But the thing is, it takes human resources to build all that infrastructure. So at the very end of the day, you're shooting yourself in the motherfucking foot the more you try to limit humankind with your gadgetry. But I just want to say, attitudes like that are only because they know where their fucking power comes from. It comes from the people. It comes from the fact that they can manipulate human beings in order to, and force them in a position in order to want those jobs and want those positions that they offer. It's power. It's power, but in a fake kind of way because it's tied to shit that doesn't really that it doesn't belong to him in the first place. He got most of his wealth during apartheid anyway. It's not even his money. He only was able to flip it. You feeling what I'm saying? He was able to flip the resources and the position that he was in. He got dealt a certain hand in life, and he was able to parlay that to become the billionaire that he is today. But the problem with that is, why the fuck does one individual get to claim to be a billionaire? Yeah, we got countries fucking collapsing right before our very eyes. Millions of people going without food, going without water. Why the fuck is one individual have all that wealth, yet we have people out here in the streets fucking suffering because their governments are playing a rigged game? And because a certain amount of people, want to enrich themselves even further, we're having these conversations about what this motherfucker is saying. You haven't done shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it gets to a point where it's like, bro, you're actually gonna, like, if you're going to be a benefit to the people, it's going to show in your behavior. And right now, apart from gadgetry and cute little gimmicks, I don't really see what he's doing to benefit humankind in any way whatsoever. People always like to suck his dick talking about, man, he's a billionaire. And I'm like, the only reason why you even know his name in the motherfucking first place is because he decided to do that. If that man wanted to disappear off the face of the earth, he could very well do so. You'll never hear from this man again. So the fact that y'all are dick riding someone who will never fucking pay any of your bills is fucking hilarious to me. It's a cult. It's like he has his own cult just by being a mediocre person. And the funny thing is, we're all mediocre in some way. We are like all drops of a fucking bucket at the end of the motherfucking day. We're not gonna be here to see
Mediocre.
the advancement of humanity to the point where we're seeing it now.
That's my
You know what I'm
favorite.
saying? So it's like, why the fuck are you so hung up on this one nigga that got a whole bunch of money that ain't even really his in the motherfucking first place? And we're having this conversation about who's working from home or not. Nigga, all of you are too broke to be having this fucking conversation. Let's move on.
That's to tell you, yo, it's public knowledge he lied about that too, about
Exactly.
his money. It's public knowledge he lied. He said, "Oh no, he built it from the ground up." Fuck out of he lied, and that's public knowledge. And people he see, yo, they just following him. I'm telling you, it is people.
And it be the
All
same
right.
idiots saying the same shit over and over again. I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm getting tired, bro. I'm legitimately getting tired because at this point, it's not even intelligent. They're literally sucking his dick to suck his dick. Like, what kind of grown ass man are you? I never knew it was so easy to have a fucking price.
What the million man? What the $1 million man say?
Everybody's got a price. Yeah.
Any last words before we move on to our next topic?
Work from home, nigga. When we were in our continent, we were building a home from scratch using the wood that God gave us. And now you want to come and lecture us. We are your senior. Foolish Kwasia boy.
Unless Elon Musk is going to take care of your kids while you go work at the office and waste your time, tell him to kiss your ass. And before we get on to our next sounds about white, I want to say I'm glad to hear that Jamie Foxx is out the hospital playing picket ball, and he's been out for weeks. So I'm glad we just stuck it out, and I didn't just report on the story that he was, even though it was just like we had like little updates, but I held up.
Because I wouldn't have been able to watch They Clone Tyrone that's gonna come out on July 21st. I would have felt fucking guilty.
Yep,
as
she
fuck.
even gave the date.
And then I would have been on like a conspiracy theory, like they cloned him. I knew they did. I would be in my feelings, but I'm glad he's out. That's really fucking good news.
Yeah, that's it. You know what's sad? You know what's sad though that there was people that that was like, I'm glad he's dead because he used to date white women or like
what?
Yeah, there was
Is
people.
that?
No
There was
fucking
people.
way.
There was people doing that. I was.
Are
We
you
don't have to discuss it now, but I will send you a link.
okay?
You sound like you was about to go off.
I was.
I'll show you the link, and then you can have whatever opinion because you probably see it a different way than I did. But I will definitely show you. On to our next sounds about white. Are y'all familiar with an MMA fighter or UFC fighter named Israel Adesanya? They call him Stylebender.
They call him what now?
Stylebender. He just had a fight where he beat up the dude. He finally won against a dude that he's been giving him trouble this whole fucking time, and then he made fun of the dude's kids because the kids used to make fun of him all the time, so he got his revenge back.
All right.
I think he's from Nigeria. He's like,
all right, fucking kids. Next.
huh?
Fucking kids. Next.
Anyway, he had a girlfriend. Her name is Charlotte Powdrell. And after they split up, she is actually taking this man to court and asking for half of his earnings. Be mindful, they don't have kids together, and they was never married. And she's taking them to court to get half of his money.
I think I saw this article. Was it where she said I helped him have the career that he has now? Is it that article?
That's what she said.
Oh, okay.
I need you to tell her to go sit what I would like to call the fuck down.
The fuck now? Is it the fuck?
Sit the fuck down.
So how did she even have? Okay, Okay. I don't even know where to start with this. I don't mean that's not the wife. That's the girlfriend. You said.
Yes, that is just a girlfriend, not a wife. Nor
She
they have
ain't legally entitled to a damn thing.
just a white woman looking for a black man's pay.
You better go to the store and get some fucking Oreos and call it a fucking day.
I just want people to know. Let this be a lesson. If Jonathan Majors haven't taught you anything, and Umar hasn't taught you yet, probably a good time to stop swimming in the milk.
That's what I'm saying.
Now,
Yeah.
father has had a rant a long time ago about these brothers dating these white women. They kind of like fucking you over, and then funny how that comes back into fruition, huh, father?
No, it's not.
Like,
Fucking tired of
these people are not learning, man. These people are not.
this. I sentence Israel to 10,000 fucking lashes.
Y'all gonna stop playing with Umar. He's just gonna show up to your houses and then he's just gonna give y'all your lash. Oh man! Now, Jonathan Majors is reportedly, allegedly,
Megan
I don't
Good.
know if it's dating Megan Good. So,
Huh?
What do you mean, huh? You hear about it?
yeah, you ain't hear about it.
You know I don't keep track of these fucking people.
Yo,
Well, I was
oh
happy to
my
hear that
God.
news. It's all over the fucking. But then again, y'all
That's what I'm
busy.
saying.
So.
What, bro? Y'all be Patrick Star. Y'all be living under rocks out here, bro.
Again, I don't keep track of these people.
I just found. Is it true that Zendaya and motherfucking Spider-Man broke up?
Never heard. I ain't see that, but
They better the fuck not.
I don't know. Why does his name always escape me? I just call him
Tom Holland. His name's Tom Holland.
Thank you, Tom Holland. I'm sorry. I was going to call him Tobey Maguire. This is why Tobey Maguire is the better Spider-Man. So this wouldn't have happened.
that is not nice.
This wouldn't. I'm telling you, it wouldn't have happened to Tobey.
I'm just trying to figure out. Damn, because I don't know much about the couple. I'm only hearing about them now since the podcast. But you gotta think about where was he mentally to give her that much power that now that he wants to move on, that she feels she can sue him. She decided to invest in him. He just happened to be successful and doesn't want to be with her anymore. Like, why bring him to court now and say, oh, I helped him? So you were in the ring with him, is what I'm hearing. You was getting your ass beat too. Because and the bet
when he
don't
took the
count.
beatings, she took the beatings.
Right, that's what it seems like. Because
It's almost so solid from having to watch them fight.
If we're truly going with that fucking ideology, the two kids or one kid that he has with his baby mama, because I don't know if that they were married and divorced, so I'm gonna call her the baby mama, unfortunately, then she should be suing him for carrying the baby for 9 months. No? If we're going with the ideology that she helped him get where he needs to go in life, like he had no part in it or say, like it was all fucking her, then we need to go with that ideology, and then she'll still come second. Am I wrong for thinking that way?
It ain't my relationship shit.
It ain't
because at the end of the day, when a man has a job like that where he can potentially die and he has a child, you really think that he's doing this all for you? What kind of selfish shit is that? You invested in someone who no longer want to fuck with you. Lesson learned, move the fuck on. You are the one that made that investment. Just like he made an investment in your dumbass, and now you're trying to sue him and bring him down. if you saw the red flags or say he's a bad person, you still have to hold your responsibility for choosing someone like him. Like he has to hold his responsibility now in court for choosing a dumb bitch like you. It doesn't make sense to bring a man and sue him because you felt like your investment was wrong. I need
I
women to
mean,
wake the fuck up with this
To be fair,
bullshit.
Mariah Carey got away with suing a guy for wasting her time.
Mariah Carey?
Yeah.
So what did she like? Okay, I know we're going off
She
topic, but
literally
what
sued the dude for wasting her time. If she could get away with that shit, anything is possible.
for wasting her time? But in what way? Like in
Just,
contract, singing, teaching, what?
just, just wasting her time. Just.
Was she dating him?
They were married. This was the dude she was with, like right after Nick Cannon.
So that goes in line with alimony, though. So she can basically say
They
anything she
weren't
wants,
together they weren't together that long.
but they still got divorced, right? So that's on a whole different level of fuckery. We're talking about a woman who's not even married and felt because she invested in a man and now he's successful, she wants her money back, she wants her investment back. It doesn't work like that.
I want half my love back.
If that worked that way, everybody ass would be sued out here. Every day we would be hearing about somebody being sued, to be honest.
And I've already heard some stupid shit people got sued for. It's got a point. The shit that I've heard
That's
people get sued for is whew.
that's like me trying to ask somebody to, never mind. I'm not even gonna go there.
Fellas, y'all better keep your assets to yourselves, unless hopefully y'all sign wills and
Do like that one soccer player did.
yeah, just leave it to
But,
his mama.
but
Yeah,
Ray, I love my white chocolate, man.
All right, that white chocolate, that white Nubian goddess is gonna take your fucking money. All right, just like white people was done all the time. They good at taking your money. You just right.
Sometimes they just hand it to the motherfuckers. Like here.
And that's even more baffling. It's like, what are you doing? Just handing them your hard-earned money. It's just like, is this what we do? Is this that? It's like I'm on the father
oh,
tree.
the nigga tree.
We need to put lashes upon these white men. Any last words before we move on to our final topic?
The only last word I have for women that really think that they're entitled to anything after investing their time in a man is to just move on. You getting money is not going to resolve your heart issue, your mental issue, or anything like that. Lesson learned. If you're the wife, it's a different category. But if you really feel because of a man being successful, you're part of that in any way, shape, or form, and you want to get back at it, then you wasn't doing it genuinely. So stop it. Get therapy.
Okay, and our final just about white incident that done happened this week. Do y'all know about City Bike Karen?
I feel like I know who that is, but the name I didn't know they were referring to. But go ahead.
Okay, basically this team, I guess this is in New York, and they have these paid, motorbikes that they rent out, and these black teens was like on a motorbike that they paid for, and this white woman tried to take their bike and say that it was hers when it was wrong when it wasn't hers, and then as soon as the young boys tell her that it wasn't, she wouldn't let go, and then also started calling out for the police. When a random white stranger came through, she started throwing them white tears out, and all of this is on camera. So, uh, and now, people done got at her for doing caring things. So, I could have y'all. So have y'all heard of this?
I've heard of this. I've heard of the incident where the white woman spit on the lady, on a black woman, and like proceeded to put hands on her. I saw the other one where the white lady called the two black women the N-word, and she proceeded to get jumped outside. I saw another incident where,
I saw
bro,
that one.
there's a lot going on. Like, what the fuck is going
There's
on?
a lot. There's a lot of caucasity in the air.
The
That's
audacity
what
of the
that
caucasity right now, bro. Like, what the fuck is going on? Are y'all good?
You know,
It's
the
just
summer's
something
out.
about black people doing shit that just tickles their fancy. I don't know what.
I think it's just because it's summer, and every summer somebody white gotta be just out there just acting a goddamn fool. So it's just for no fucking reason. I think they still feel like they can get away with shit, even though they can't get away with shit. So uh, I don't. I personally don't understand. So, um, can y'all see the
Yeah.
YouTube?
Yep.
Okay, I guess it's best if I show you, then I can tell you. And I have.
Help me! Please help me! Please help me! Please help me! Help! Please help me!
By the way, she's a nurse.
Help!
Why you took his phone? What's wrong with you? Don't touch his phone. Do not touch his phone.
I'm not touching you. You put your stomach on my head.
No, dude, stop. No, dude, stop. No. I said no. Sit down.
She's just crying.
You're not crying. I got your video. Wait, you pulled it out? Hey, Hassan, you pulled it out?
Oh,
Well, and
shit.
there you have it. That's
She really tried to.
So, y'all remember what I said about the hospital, the hospital and nurses and stuff like that? Y'all remember what I said?
remind us.
Okay, so I said working with nurses and medical assistants and doctors, it's a little bit crazy. And they're on the brink of insanity. Every time y'all work around these people or you're interacting with them, you think they're normal, they're not. You have to be on the brink of insanity to work with patients. I don't care what anybody says. Okay, that includes me, and you see how I am. You have to have a kind of way that you think, okay? But you have to also balance it out. It's a lot of fuckery
To be
in that.
fair, Crystal, to be fair,
Mhm.
I grew up with you, and you've kind of been like this since
Yeah,
we
why
were
you calling me
kids.
out? You see,
I'm saying, god damn.
Did you get
I'm just saying,
Dion?
I'm not gonna let you sit here and lie.
Dion?
Yes.
Dion? Did you get
Yeah.
the number of that bus that you threw Crystal under?
But to
God
be fair,
damn.
most women that work in the nursing field, we have to be a little bit cuckoo. Think about it. We're dealing with people that can die at any moment in our hands. This is not a joke. We have to be on the brink of insanity. Do you know what floor that I used to work on before I even got into cardiovascular? The psychiatric ward. Okay? So only certain people can work. You have to understand crazy in order to deal with the crazy. So the lady in the video is what I'm trying to get at here. The lady in the video, do you think that she had access to any of the drugs on the floor to be acting like that? Do you think she's on drugs right now?
Is she on something?
Exactamundo. So when you work a 12-hour shift, have access to drugs that you have no fucking business taking. What do you get? You get a woman acting like she's crying, pulling off her tag, and trying to steal a fucking bike. This is not normal behavior. You see, you think a nurse, especially working in the city, does not have a car? I'll wait. You think she has no part of transportation whatsoever.
Well, knowing that it's New York, yeah, you're right.
Right.
You're right.
Right. So she has a way to get her ass home. She don't really need that bike. In fact, most people that work in that field don't even pay attention. They're too busy walking either to their car to access the train or the train to access their car, especially in New York City. So that woman is on something. And I'm sure later on we're going to hear about how she was on drugs. She had access to, shit like that. I'm not making an excuse. But most people that work in the medical field are close to insanity already, with or without drugs. And I feel like that woman is on something.
Yeah, she was looking out of it.
Yeah. That's one way that I think that's one way to think about it. I just think that white women is just every once in a while, this is like their time to shine when they just want to act a goddamn fool. So I just
Again,
so what was the other one? Like they spit on one person, and I guess I seen the one where the white woman called them anywhere, and them black girls just beat the brakes off of her. So that was that was a satisfying ass whipping. So
no, there was another one at a McDonald's too. There was an incident at a McDonald's.
At a McDonald's.
Yeah.
Of course, it's at a McDonald's.
So this is probably just the season of white women just acting up. So because it's always around this time where they do something.
Oosh.
Bless you. See,
Damn.
See, now Dion's allergic to white women.
Shit. Sorry.
So look at it. The white women got the Dion's allergies. See, it's a conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Dion, what was you saying about me? I know where you live. You keep thinking that I don't know where you live. I know where you live, son. I just wanted to put that out there before Ray goes on.
Oh, what? That you were messed up in the head even when we were kids? I didn't
not
stutter.
messed up in the head. I was protecting my friends. What did you expect me to do?
Let me tell you why. That's bullshit.
So what I shouldn't have beat up those people for you?
Damn.
You ain't never want nobody for me.
Yes, I fucking did. You want to forget now? It was me and forgot her fucking name, but it was one other chick that I hung with. Even if you looked upset, we was ready to beat their ass. So don't play, fam. Don't play with me.
Yo, now see, you done gotta go to the New York. Now the island accent is coming out. We all know what he doing. I had a little bit of that Bayesian coming out.
And just for the record, I got back normal in 4th grade, the class that you was not in, to see the progress that I've made, Dion.
If you say so.
All right. With that being said, any last words before we move on to our final thoughts?
No. Mm-hmm. Enough about the fucking white women.
I can't believe you used fuck and white women in the same sentence.
Ew.
You said.
See, y'all about to, he's about to fall asleep on him again. That's what
he's woke up now.
Oh my God.
Welcome.
All right, now on to our final thoughts, and I'm going to start with Dion.
Final thoughts. Just don't do anything crazy out here, folks.
Okay. All right. D-Wolf is on you.
Okay. An evil man will burn his own nation to the ground to rule over the ashes. Sun Tzu. That's my final.
I like that. I like that. Crystal was on you.
All right, so the only thing I gotta say, I'll be nice. I just want to say that the only person you have control is over yourself. You don't have control over anyone else, whether it be a family member, whether it be a partner, and you got to learn how to forgive. That's the hardest fucking thing to do. So, my philosophy for the next fucking 50 days, because some shit's gonna go down and I don't want to be part of it, is whether the person is right or wrong, okay? Just go with the flow. Don't even fight back. Okay? The only reason I say that is because to argue with someone and try to get them to understand where you're coming from is a waste of fucking time. Just slowly part ways in a classic way and make sure that you do it in such a way that the person doesn't even know that you're detaching. We too grown to have to, you know, try to control somebody or put up boundaries and stuff. You just have to go with the flow with yourself, or else you're gonna end up repeating and doing shit you ain't got no business doing. So that's all I gotta say.
All right. Father is on you.
I ain't got shit. You can skip me. Y'all ain't getting no final thought. Y'all too good for that. I'm reclaiming my fucking time. I've been giving you all this free game. No reward, no nothing. Y'all ain't getting no fucking final thought.
Damn.
The shop is closed. DMs are closed. Go home.
Violence shows violence.
Oh man. God.
I love you too, Crystal.
Okay. I want to say this. I guess it's pertaining to the John Morant thing, but I do want to say this. To all the people, I think my biggest pet peeve out of everything is watching someone with a bunch of talent ruin it off of nigga shit or dumb shit. There is, after you acquire a couple of hundreds of millions of dollars, there is no reason for you to do nigga shit that will make you either A, ruin your brand, or B, just ruin your life in general, so you won't, to the point where you don't make no money for not just you, for your future generations and family. Like, please, for the love of God, stop doing nigga shit. I get tired. I get tired of seeing like gifted young black people just ruin their life because they still want to do stuff that makes them look hood or look gangster or look like they're about that life. You are a millionaire. You are no longer about that life. Just live your rich nigga life and do rich nigga things. Go eat caviar. Go fucking look at paintings of Basquiat. Go where them secret Epstein parties that we won't find out until like 20 years later. Do some shit like that no one will give a fuck about until 20 years. Like shit like that. It's just like, stop doing nigga shit that we. Thank you. We are better than this. All right. But on to some real shit. Like if because sometimes a lot of people, you gotta have a strong community around it, which I agree, but it's also you gotta look deep inside yourself. And just remember, you are your own brand. So if anybody's going to fuck up your brand, it's you. You can't put that nobody on anybody. So you have to take accountability of yourself. So that's all I have to say. Also, I just found out Jerry Springer has black kids, and I don't know how to feel about that.
Like, that was a skit. Wasn't that a skit?
Was that a skit?
That was a skit.
For his will?
Yes, that was a skit.
Thank you, because
oh god,
that sounds like some Jerry Springer shit.
Yo, Crystal, you good? You sound like that shit hit you out of nowhere. You're like black kids.
There's something funny about that though,
Yo,
low key.
I'm about to say, yo, let me find out Jerry Springer is swirling like that.
I was about to say,
I
okay,
wouldn't
it
be
makes
shocked,
sense now.
like
I mean, you wouldn't be shocked because it's Jerry Springer and of all the controversial stuff. I
Oh,
was just like,
God.
but that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. I would like to thank the panel for getting on the podcast. I'd like to thank Father for reclaiming his time. I would like to thank all of I would like to thank all of y'all for listening to hear us talk our shit again. This is You Know What? Let me just say podcast, and we are signing off. Peace.
Peace.
adios.
Cheers.